There we go. Run over to another water fountain real quick. Probably finish off last zombie. Here we go. And transitioning to our final boss fight. And here we have Helga, the lunch lady responsible for all of this. And we're going to take her to custom control here to show off some attacks. Helga has 3 stages in which she fights. Some of her attacks include a left and right tentacle smash. If you get too close to her, she'll do a considerable amount of damage. And you don't want to take too much damage during any stage of the fight. Only when you take her down by 1/3 of her health will she enter a new stage where you can access the water fountains on each side. So we'll do some of her ranged attacks. Here we have the shotgun spit, which difficult to dodge, so you kind of have to keep your distance. A single spit, and a couple more single spits. And we'll try and do some damage to her. She also does a summon spit, where she'll basically spawn an enemy wherever she spits, as long as it doesn't hit you directly. Kind of keep you busy while she spits at you with her ranged attack. And there's a 3 spit, basically a shotgun summon spit, summons more zombies. Again, any of the 3 zombie types can be spawned by this. So now we'll do some damage to her, get her into her second stage. Try and get a spike medicine ball, do a considerable amount of damage. And one more. Here we go. Her health bar turns gray in order to let you know that she's become invincible. And she summons 3 zombies in her second stage. Once you defeat all 3 zombies, you then fight her third stage. Well, second stage after her summon. Once again, she starts to attack a little faster, do a little more damage. So it's a little more challenging. And going into her third stage here. Yep, dodge that. Now, once she's in her third stage, she summons 5 zombies. So usually a tactic here is don't kill all of them. Just leave 1 or 2 remaining if you can, real quick. Run over to a water fountain, gain some health. But we're doing pretty well, so we can probably avoid having to use another water fountain. And in her third and final stage, she becomes the most difficult, and here we go, final cutscene.
The janitor. I'm a custodial engineer.
Here we have a quick scoreboard, and we'll be going back to the main menu. Type in your high score real quick. There we go, Chang, our gameplay lead with the high score. And once we're back to the main menu, we'll jump to the credits, and we'll do a question and answer session with Jacob.
Thank you, Saul. I'll open the floor to any questions. Right here.
Is it possible to miss with your pickups and then not have any more pickups left, or do they respawn somehow?
The question is it possible for you to miss with your pickups and then run out? No, it is not possible. Most of the weapons in the level don't break when you throw them. Only things like the bomb and the beakers and test tubes do. Everything else will just fall back to the ground. You can pick it up and use it again. There's a hand over here. Anyone else? Over in the back.
I was just curious, did you guys happen to get any ideas from Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer? Especially the last boss.
The question was, did we get any inspiration from Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer? And the answer is no. As far as I can tell, no one knows what that is. We did, however, draw inspiration from the game Dragon Age and the Broodmother enemy in that game. Any other questions? Over here.
I was just wondering what was going on when the screen started to turn gray. Was that like a bullet mode, or like was the person the one going?
Good question. The question was, what was happening when the screen was turning gray? And the answer to that is when you enter aim mode. When you throw the weapon, it'll enter a slow mode we call undead eye mode. That will allow you to more accurately aim at the zombies while you're throwing in aim mode and make sure that you really hit them as opposed to just throwing without aim mode. Any other questions here in front?
Yeah, I noticed the cheerleaders do like a tornado type thing, and now the other enemies attack you. The geeks, how do they attack?
Oh, okay, I see. The question was, he saw that the cheerleaders have a spin attack, and he was wondering how the other enemies attack you. The burnout zombies have just a regular melee attack. You might have noticed when they get close to you, they do sort of this kind of motion, they swipe at you. Whereas the nerds in the first level will actually stop when they get within a certain range of you, and they'll pluck out parts of their brains and throw them at you with a ranged attack. Any other questions? Oh, in the corner there.
I have a three-part question. For your AI, you said you did pathfinding. What type of pathfinding? Why? And did scripting at all help you implement it?
All right, I'm going to actually pass that one off to Brian Pickle, who's in charge of our pathfinding.
All right, the question was, what kind of algorithm do we use for our pathfinding, and did scripting help? We used greedy search algorithm because the layout of our levels is pretty simple. So we figured that because greedy search was pretty inexpensive, that it would be the best way to have our zombies path to the player. We didn't use any scripting. What we used were waypoints that we placed throughout the level with an in-game tool where you just run around and you hit spacebar and you place the waypoints, and then you save all those out to a file and then load them back in the next time you play. So that let us recreate the maps on the fly whenever our levels changed layouts, and it seemed to work pretty well.
Thank you, Brian. Any other questions? Doesn't look like it. All right. As mentioned earlier, you can find our game at digitalalchemystudios.com. Thank you very much. One more round of applause for Anna Connor.
All right, let's hear it one more time for those guys.